Okay, good morning. So today we'll be seeing how we can determine from a transfer function whether it is a stable or coastal system from the representation in the set plane. If you represent the poles and zeros of a transfer function in a set plane, how can you determine whether the system is coastal or stable from the set plane itself? Okay, so we'll see it in the board now. Okay, what we already know is that if you have say h z equal to suppose h z equal to z by z minus a, you know that the ROC can be either mod z greater than a mod a or mod z less than mod a. Or if you are given that h z equal to z by z minus a, hn can be either a raised to n un or minus a raised to n u minus n minus n, depending on whether the ROC is mod z greater than a or mod z less than a. Okay. So we shall see through an example, we shall see whether a system is coastal or stable or whatever it is. Okay, so coming to the whiteboard. So stability and causality through set plane. Okay, uh, so we have say h z equal to, let us suppose that our set transfer function is h z equal to z by say, or let us write the partial form itself. One, suppose it is 1 by z minus half or z by z minus half plus z by z minus 2. Hn can be, so this is of the form z by z minus a plus z by z minus b, which has an impulse response a raised to n un or and b raised to n un if the ROC is such that mod z is greater than a and mod z is greater than b. So what will be the impulse response of this? Let us see. This is of the form z by z minus a. So it's given that ROC, suppose that ROC is mod z greater than 2. Okay. Then what can you write about the Hn? Hn can be half raised to n un plus 2 raised to n un. Okay. So this of the form a raised to n un plus b raised to n un. Now, since Z is greater than 2, it satisfies the ROC for both. That is, mod Z should be greater than half and mod Z should be greater than 2. So the greater one is greater than 2. So mod Z greater than 2 implies that mod Z is always also greater than half. So you can write Hn as Hn like this. Now, suppose your Hn is this. What can you tell about the causality, or what can you tell about the stability of the system? When will can you tell whether the system is stable or not? How can you find that? How can you tell a system is causal from given Hn? How can you tell a system is causal or not? if the impulse response is given, can you tell that whether a system is causal or not? Can one of you unmute and tell?
It will be 0 for on negative values, negative time.
Can you repeat? It will be
0 for all negative time, that is, it will be right-handed signal.
okay. If a system is right-handed signal, you can tell that the system is causal, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
very good. So from this representation, can you tell that whether this signal is right-handed signal or left-handed signal? We have already seen that right-handed signal will be causal signal, right? So from this, can you tell that whether it is a right-handed signal or left-handed signal? Since you are multiplying both signals with un, this is definitely a right-handed signal. So this will be a causal system also. Okay, now let us assume that, so given a transfer function like this, you are having a causal system. This is a causal system. Now, how can you find whether a system is stable or not from the transfer function? How will you find whether a system is stable or not? Basically, when you have hz is given to be this value. So you can tell a system to be stable if the region of convergence contains z equal to 1 circle. What is the peculiarity of z equal to 1 circle? I shall repeat. You can tell that a system with hz, given hz, is stable if the region of convergence contains z equal to 1 plane. What is the peculiarity of z equal to 1 plane? If z mod z equal to 1 plane, that means z is basically r e raised to j omega. So when r equal to 1, when r is equal to 1, this become e raised to j omega, or your sigma xn, which is a set transform, xn z raised to minus n, becomes sigma xn e raised to minus j omega n, which is the discrete time Fourier transform. So when r equal to 1, so in the set plane, if r is equal to 1, on this circle, your set transform become Fourier transform, discrete time Fourier transform. Now in the discrete time Fourier transform, you have a discrete time Fourier transform, and hz is representation. Hz is basically sigma. It is a set transform of hn z raised to minus n, and you can easily show that if r equal to 1 has a convergence, this is definitely going to be stable, or sigma hn is stable, means you are considering Bibot stability. So sigma hn will be less than or equal to mx, or say mh, which is a finite value. So if hn is absolutely summable, you can tell that your system is stable. So if r equal to 1 circle is included in the ROC, you can tell that the system is stable. So now coming back, you have this z minus half mod z greater than 2. Let us change this ROC a little bit. Suppose that ROC is mod z less than half. So what will be the HN? Mod z is less than half. So ROC is less than half means ROC for mod z less than A, you can represent Hn as, we have already seen that Hn is minus a raised to n u minus n minus 1. So this you can write as minus a raised to n un minus 1 u minus n minus 1, u minus n minus 1, again plus minus 2 raised to n u minus n minus 1. So let us consider the ROC of integer one. Here you can write this as this if mod z is less than 2, and you can write this like this if mod z is less than half. So both are satisfied if mod z less than half. So if ROC is mod z less than half, that means your system is like this: minus half raised to n u minus n minus 1 plus minus 2 raised to n u minus n minus 1. So now can you tell whether the system is causal or not? Is the system causal or non-causal? Can you unmute and tell? Just unmute and tell. Anybody can tell. Yeah. This is minus a raised to n u minus n minus 1, and you have minus b raised to n u minus n minus 1. A is half and b is 2. Can you tell whether the system is causal or non-causal? Anybody can unmute and tell. I'm not getting any answer from anyone. These things we have already seen. How will you consider whether it is causal or non-causal? How is this signal? This is going to be a left hand side signal, right? If any one of the signal, if hn, if any one of the signals in the left hand side have some value, it is going to be a non-causal system. So this is going to be non-causal, this is also going to be non-causal, so this is a non-causal system. And what about the stability of the system? Can you comment on the stability of the system? I want to hear from you. I told that you can tell that a system is stable if the ROC contains z equal to 1, the unit circle. I can see some comments. Yeah. What does the comment? Okay, somebody is telling, Amal is telling that it is unstable. Very good. Amal, it is unstable because, why is it unstable? It is unstable because z less than half is those portion. If this is z equal to 1 circle, z equal to half is somewhere here. Z less than half means it contains this portion, which doesn't contain the unit circle. So unit circle is not included. So this is unstable. And since you can see that this is a left hand sided signal, this is non-causal also. Unstable and non-causal system. Okay. Hope you understood this. Now let us see another ROC. Say mod z is between half and mod z less than equal to half, less than equal to 2. Mod z is between half and 2. In that case, can you tell whether the system is causal or non-causal, or stable or unstable? Just unmute and tell whether it is causal or non-causal. Can you tell? Is the system causal or non-causal? You can see that if ROC is between half and 2, you can see that mode z is greater than half. So the inverse transform of mode z by z minus a will not be this one. It will be a raised to n un. So half raised to n un. And this will be mode z is less than 2. So ROC of this will be minus 2 raised to n u minus n minus 1 itself. And this is a left-hand sided or right-hand sided signal. This is a right-handed signal, while this is a left-handed signal. So you can see that there are some values on the left-hand side of Hn. That means the signal is going to be non-causal. So the signal is non-causal. It's a non-causal system. And can you tell whether the z equal to 1 is included in this? Is z equal to 1 included in this? Between half and 2, there is z equal to 1. So ROC include mode z equal to 1 or unit circle. So since unit circle is included in the ROC, you can tell that the system is stable. So this system is stable but non-causal. Is that clear? So depending on the ROC, you can determine whether a signal is causal, non-causal, etc. Hope you understood it. Okay. So today what we have seen is from the HZ, it's a transform, how can you determine whether the system is causal, whether it is non-causal, stable or unstable. So what we understood now is that if HZ contains Z equal to 1, that is a unit circle, you can tell that definitely the system is going to be stable. And depending on whether your system is right-handed or left-handed, you can, if the signal is right-handed, you can tell that system is causal signal. And if it contains some signals in the left-hand side, so that is the negative portion of Hn, you can tell that the system is going to be non-causal. Okay, so you can determine whether the system is causal or non-causal or stable or unstable like this. And further, you can determine whether signal is okay. So you understood from these things from that. So depending on whether the ROC, depending on how the ROC is, it can be either causal, non-causal, stable or unstable, depending on whether the signal is right-handed, left-handed, or whether the z equal to 1 plane is included or not. So this is how a system is evaluated, whether the system is stable or causal. Okay, so I hope you understood this. You can have say more problems from this in the coming sessions. Is there any doubts or questions? You can ask it now. Otherwise, we can conclude this today's class. Is there any doubt? Probably we shall have a tutorial also in this, which will be beneficial for you. I shall upload this. I think the last two lectures also I have not uploaded. So I'll upload it in YouTube and give a link in Moodle. So including this, I'll upload 3 last lectures in YouTube and share the link in Moodle. Okay. So thank you all of you. Thank you very much.